I am the way, says Jesus. Through me, this one's words in the Bible, through me, I am the way. What does it mean? Christ went from a compassionate, kind, souling being saint that spoke to the teacher, God, the true teacher. He did wonderful things, miraculous things, healing, sacrificing, giving constantly. Give up everything to show you the way. Went from this special saint to a horrific ending of human life. We suffer because of the way this one's life was taken. The mutilation of a body hang up for all to see. Through this conspiracy of not doing anything, rightfully so, you see, we see the value of not helping Christ down. This will be revealed through this story. Your ignorance, the ignorance of these human beings that witnessed this, carried shame and guilt, and this is portrayed down the line, not describing to their children how shameful they were, how guilty they were, just denying that it ever took place. For years they denied it, and as the generations grow, it is filtered into some pool of denial, you see, denial. We suffer now through this denial. This denial caused shame on humanity simply now because every time something happens in this world, our me, ego self, something happens, we're killing or something has taken place, we simply get angry and suffer. Sometimes to the point of taking revenge and causing more suffering to the families of others. It is now escalated perfectly, to the point where we do the minuscule thing to a human being. We know we've done wrong, and we continually try and beg for forgiveness. How do we beg for forgiveness? You do something wrong to another human being, you simply try and worship it. Ask what you can do to forgive. What can I do to make it better? I'm sorry. You see, sorry is the word. Move this word sorry. There's only one thing you can forgive, is forgive self. Forgive yourself. Christ's words, I am the way. We assume He is the way because He spoke them. I am, and searching for your own I am is the way. Through me, find truth. You will find God through me. Again, Christ used these words, so we assume that it is through Christ. Every word has a dualistic purpose. When you follow one, you're on a path of suffering. When you follow the other, you're on a path of suffering. When you see both meanings, you're free. Through the word me, you, the one listening, uses the word me. So through me, not your name, through this word me, you see, you will see truth. Both of these quotes by Christ is pointing at the one who is reading the quotes. I am is the way. Me is the way. When this is understood, what does through me mean? I am means look at the words I am every time you speak them, not what comes after. Through I am. I am is the starting pistol. And then me, through me. So how is me dualistic? Me becomes through Christ. He spoke the words. But the word me, through you. You spoke the words. See? So, to see truth, and you go through me, Christ, you go through. You and me and I am, you go through. How is it done? You have to meet Christ. Christ has to come through you. Not you search for Christ. The misinterpretation is the Bible says through me. So if we read the words of Christ through his person state, what he done, through his sacrifices, through his healing, through his readings, through his teachings, you will meet Christ. But you won't meet until your body passes. No, please, this is not true. You see, you think you're separate from Christ. I am and me is the same I am and me. Let me make it very clear. You're standing in a classroom. In the middle of the classroom. Nearer the front, you see. In the classroom there is no one present except teacher. Life is teacher. Christ is teacher. Guru is teacher. God is teacher. Everything is teacher. Parents, wife, teacher. Whatever teacher you choose to face is going to show you the truth. You are sitting, watching this teacher, waiting for him to show you the truth. You see. You think Christ cannot do it, he's past. He's gone. Muji, in this sense, is teacher. Muji is alive, has seen same experiences as Christ. You teach. You teach, Muji. So teacher is facing you. Only you two in the classroom, as far as you're aware. Your attention is on the eyes of the teacher. What do I have to do to stop this suffering? What do I have to do to find my truth, teacher? What do I have to do to find God and Christ and Buddha and Shiva? Teacher says with his finger, you are the way. And you deny it. You deny what teacher says. You deny simply because your past history says, no, I'm not good enough. I have to do something, you see. I have to do something to prove to you, teacher, that I'm good enough. Every time you speak, teacher says, no, you are the way. No words other than that from the teacher. You walk away from the classroom if you don't understand what the teacher is saying. The strong ones, if you are so close to the teacher, you really understand. You then slowly surrender to the teacher. Whatever the teacher says is true. Teacher's saying you are the way, and I am the way. Slowly, your body starts feeling light. Teacher is not pointing at you, but you don't know it. You see teacher's finger. He's pointing at me, the body. He's pointing at me. Christ is standing at the back of class, behind you. Teacher is pointing at Christ. He doesn't see you as the person. He only sees Christ. You don't know. If he says anything, you turn around, it's all worthless. You can't turn around. You're still waiting for his forgiveness. You can't face this one because you've done nothing to help this one, and you are feeling so ashamed. You don't know Christ there. Slowly, you say, I am the way. The minute this is said to yourself, not the teacher, Christ walks from the class, the back, straight through you, takes the role of the teacher and turns around. Teacher gone. Christ was always the teacher. You open your eyes and only thing you see is light. This light burns your eyes, burns your ears, your nose, your mouth, light from your hands and your feet. You're completely engulfed with light. You and Christ are one. You have allowed Christ to follow the path to stop the suffering of every single one. You are now the whole classroom, the whole light, and suddenly when you open your light-filled eyes, Christ points to you through this light and says, you are the way. You know it's not you. You know now someone is at the back of the class. class, waiting to come forward and be the teacher. You're not looking now at Christ in the light at the front. You have taken the place of Christ. You are the teacher. Who's in the middle of the class now? Who's at the back? Come forward. Through me, I am the way. Through Christ, I am the way. I am is the way. You are the way. Who is talking? And to who is this talking being pointed at? Namaste. Welcome back. To the classroom of self-discovery. Your classroom. So who is the teacher? Who is the one that is going to teach you, help you self-discover? Can I find my teacher? Every single thing that you see before you, form or formlessness, is the essence of God. Buddha, Christ, Shiva, Brahmana, tree, slug, space, being, nature, animal, universe is a teacher. You are here to overcome this world, and this world is your teacher. But the world for you is too big at this moment, so you need to kind of sift through everything and find something that will lead you. Perfect. First thing to do is recognize the teacher. Teacher is calling you every moment. Every single thing in this world is saying to you, look at me, I am the teacher. I'm your teacher. I'm your personal teacher. Everything. Time is your teacher. Mind is creating all of this teacher. Mind is creating the teacher. You have so many choices of teachers that you don't even know how to sift through. Present moment is your teacher. Sometimes I feel examples are good. This body and mind was suffering. Everything that came with suffering. I hated, despised this suffering. I hated. I despised. Suffering was calling this body and mind to say, I am your teacher. Suffering was the teacher, initial teacher. I'm saying, why me? Why me? What have I done to deserve this? Why is the whole world encroaching me? Me. Suffering says, hey, stop. I am teaching. I'm teaching you to stop and look at me. And you think, look at suffering. No, suffering is saying, no, look at this word, me. Me is the culprit. Why me? What have I done to deserve this? Everything is pointing back at you. The person, the me, the identity. Through this suffering and not recognizing that suffering was the teacher, I called upon the mirror. The mirror says back, you are a fraud. You are not who I wanted to see. The mirror was the teacher. The mirror was saying, through you, remove the word you. Go through you. Go within you. Teacher in classroom says, through you is the way. Remember Christ at the back, Buddha at the back, whoever is at the back is waiting to merge with you, but not the person. Person looking at the mirror said, stop. I hate you. Person speaking to an image of person in the mirror, I hate you. I don't recognize who you are. Me. See, you and me same. You, me and I same. Instantly, something broke. Suffering was seen through. I recognized that I was not that person. I was not a person, you see. The true I is not a person. No more suffering. Some revelation takes place when you stick with the mirror and see through the teacher. Teacher is seeing through you. You have to see through the teacher to see through you. And I and me. Next, teacher. Walking in love and bliss, freed by the mirror. Freed by recognizing that I was not this person. Mirror explained to me as the teacher. Explained to me. Still me, you see? Still me. Still not clear. Still using me. Still using this rogue word. Walks in the forest for days. Person disappearing in front of the teacher. Remember, classroom, you are in the classroom. You are always in the classroom. Taken to one single tree, not even selected by the person. Set before tree. Tree is now the teacher. Set before tree. Essence of Christ in the forest. Not even recognized at this point, not even religious, not even a knower of Christ, not even interested in anything in this world anymore. be a teacher appearing as a tree. Sat there for 40 days, 80 days, 100 days, 200 days. I don't know. Person gone, you see. I see through the tree. I sees through the tree. Tree sees through I. Tree sees through me, you, and I. You see through me, you, and I. It's never one way, it's always two-way. Every new seeing through reveals another thing or thingless thing to see through. All of these things are made by mind. Every time you overcome something, you are seeing through mind. Stay in the classroom. Don't select a teacher. Wait for teacher to come. The whole world, every single moment, everything in the classroom, in this world, is your teacher. Let the teacher call you, and you go forward and see through. It's not the person you're seeing through, it's the words you're seeing through. See through this word, me, I. Namaste. Welcome back to the classroom. If you're still in the classroom, which you're never not out of, maybe these pointings will resonate with you. Maybe you will go through them, and each one overcoming. And every one you overcome, you're taking a step further back in the classroom. See, whoever is at the back of the class, waiting to meet, may not be Christ, maybe Buddha, maybe Ramana, maybe Papaji, maybe Neem Karoli Baba, it doesn't matter, they're all the same, you see, all the same. So don't actually have any picture of who is behind, waiting to come through. Whatever is behind will not walk forward, you see. That's the trick. That's the trick. See? What is teacher pointing at? Teacher says, you are the way. Pointing through this word, you. What teacher is saying, what every teacher that comes in front of you is saying, I is the way. Through you. Through you. Is the way. Teacher says, I am the way. Through you is me, through me, and you, through me, and you is the way. Teacher calls this discovering self by discovering what you are not. Mirror is saying you're a fraud. So So you cannot be the one looking in the mirror. You, the real you, remember everything has a dualistic meaning. The real self is not looking in the mirror. The teacher is not pointing at the person. The teacher sees through the person. Think about this. Policeman sees the burglar. Burglar is lying, but policeman cannot prove it. But teacher, he can see through this burglar. Something says, no, you are not true. You are faking me. The policeman sees through the burglar, overcomes what has came from the burglar's mouth and says, no, I can see through you. Teacher is saying the self-discovery means go within you. The minute you address the teacher as a reflection of yourself, whatever the teacher says will go through you, and you will overcome this version of you. I, me, and you see through these words. One follow Moji, one follow tree, names. One follow name, Christ. Don't follow any names. Names are individual persons appearing in a body as you, me, and I. You have to see through you and all persons. Christ will not come to a person. It's not a simple task of visualizing a classroom. We are talking about the whole world as this classroom. Satsang Hall is a mini version of meeting yourself and denying everything in the outside world. You're also denying everything that is happening in the Satsang Hall. You're also denying everything that is happening in your mind. You're also denying everything that is happening in the classroom, in yourself, in your body. It's not a simple step of thinking. If I can visualize myself as a classroom full of light, Christ will walk through. Christ suffered on a crucifix. If this is the one at the back of the class, he's not going to come just because you have a thought that he will come. The thought he will come is a very important thought, but not in your terms, not in the person's terms, not in the body's terms. See, you have this thought from here. Christ will come here. Christ will not come up there. The sense of this merging with Christ through the person must meet with the self, the you, the true one that lies beyond your person existence. You need this mind and body to overcome this world of suffering. Then overcome the world of joy, overcome the world of bliss, overcome the world of anything that has been keeping you from seeing truth. The whole world is simply the teacher. Overcome the teacher. Your self-discovery, this path between the back of the class, and you and the teacher. This can be a long, long path. Every time you overcome something, Christ does not walk a step forward, you walk a step backwards, away from teacher. The sensation of Christ coming is through self, not through body. Body will experience it, but not till many years afterwards, when body returns and you return again as a semi person. Never not me anymore. Nameless, completely empty, voidless, transparent and nameless, able to see as a person, but knowing person is a fraud. Human is a fraud. Being is truth. It is absolutely guaranteed. Halfway back down this path, when you meet with yourself, Christ will come forward and the meeting will happen midpoint. Make an effort, but no effort as a person. The effort that comes from the effortless in the heart. You are always heart. You have never not been heart. Head is the mind. Suffering. Experience the suffering of Christ so that you can overcome it. How can you overcome suffering if you don't know it? How can you overcome Christ if you don't know yourself? Namaste. Om. Welcome to the classroom of yourself. You are in this state now where everything seems to be coming in some sort of particular order. That your whole person life seems to be collapsing and allowing something, the space, the time, and the allowance to overcome. Everything seems to be opening up for you. Everything seems to be opening up through you. Heart is opening like the lotus flower. Mind is becoming lighter and moving from head to mind. There's still a feeling that you are a person. You're overcoming so many things. Teacher is always pointing. Very important time, because the teacher at the front of the class and the one at the back of the class, before you went on this quest of self-discovery, they also merged and became one. And together they have set up many tasks, many tests. You are very close to discovering yourself. But how strong are you? How much vasanas do you carry? How much does this self have to overcome? How much does this body have to overcome? How many things do I have to see through? Does I have to see through before I can be free? I has to see through, you see? It's no longer you, this I. This I is now allness. I am this allness, and that I, this allness, will accept everything that comes through this body. Not this person body, but the body that's lying within, you see. Many bodies are being peeled away, as my master Muji says, onion, many skins to overcome, many things to drop. This part you are dropping things, overcoming things, letting things go, letting things pass through this apparently fake body and on beyond. It goes on and on beyond. Very often in this state, the teacher in the front will disappear. The teacher in the back will simply stay still and quiet and see how determined, how disciplined, and how strong you are to face what is going to come. When these teachers go still and fade, the test that they have set may come. Suddenly you see angels, you see bliss, you see joy, and you say, whatever you are at this moment in time, oh, I have reached this point, and you attach. This is it, you see. That is the moment when you say something still wants to be attached to something. This test between the two teachers, teacher at front, teacher at back, teacher at front is merging, disappearing, becoming softer. Your whole world is becoming beautiful. Teacher at back of the class is still, but the test that they have set up is about to be put into place. Suddenly in your classroom, this whole existence that you have become, angels appear. Bliss appears. You have made it. It's over. And something says, I have to overcome the angels. I cannot overcome such beauty. I cannot overcome this bliss. this is a very important point. There still has to be two. If there's still some things appearing that you desire, attach, love, and want to keep in this ephemeral world, this manifestation of worlds, of things, of objects, then there is something still to do. Who wants to still attach to the angels and overcome the bliss and stay with the bliss? You. Whatever is still there, teacher is saying, trust in me, at the back, very quietly. Angels have to be overcome. The one that witnesses the angels, the eye that witnesses the angels, this sensation that something still exists has to be still overcome. Tests of bliss will come. Tests of anger will come. Tests of things in this external world that at this point you don't need will come. Simply sit still and be like Papaji and keep quiet and let them pass through you, pass through this whole classroom that you have become, that you are slowly losing. You're dropping and dying from this world of illusion. Even the angels have to be overcome. Even the bliss has to be overcome. How to overcome at this stage? You simply enjoy and let them go through you. Come, angels, whatever you are, go through you. There is still some work to be done to the one that still appears to be witnessing things as separate and things as desirable, where there is a preference of, I like that better than that. That's the task. How to overcome even that which you have been conditioned, your mind has been conditioned into believing that is heaven. Angels, I have seen heaven. Heaven now must be overcome. Heaven is now arrived as a thought, as a teacher to overcome. The one that is overcoming is becoming thinner and more transparent, and when the angels and heaven is gone, even the most saintly things can pass through this state that you still are. You still appear, I'm a state. There's something that is able to witness this. Teacher at front of the class may appear again and say, you are pure awareness. And you are saying, something is saying, yes, I am pure awareness. I have reached it. I understand. You have not overcome the teacher at the front of the class. You're still listening at the front of the class for some direction. You're still attached to the teacher. Whoever the teacher is has to be fully overcome. Still mirage in the distance. You have to overcome awareness. Awareness has to overcome itself. Who is aware of awareness? Many questions come. You seem to be stuck. But it's a beautiful sticking, you see. I have to overcome stuck. Stuck must come through. I have to overcome the thought of being stuck. Whatever comes, overcome. Allow to come. Don't push away, because you push away, it has to come again. Be still and let things pass through you. I is still guiding you, you see. I is still the guide. It's a new I, a pure I. This I seems to be stuck in some sort of space within this space that you are. It is holding you together. It's the only thing that's keeping you from the fear of dissolving completely. Can you overcome I? Can you overcome the beautiful I, the pure I? One that overcomes I will move very close to that teacher that you have been seeking and that has been seeking you. Self is seeking self, and the merging next video. Namaste Om. Welcome back to yourself, your classroom. This inquiry at this stage may feel very effortless, very blissful. And suddenly everything that you overcame has returned. But in a different light, a different essence, a different feeling. And you don't recognize them anymore. It's simply everything seems to become the same. There's no real attachment on this and that. But the attacher is still coming and going, you see. You're still coming and going from this I can't find me, you and I state to being again, you see. Being again, where am I? The seer is still here. The I is still here. I am still here. There's still something in the classroom that makes me feel separate. I am merging with the teacher. I am merging with all teachers. Every time I go onto this YouTube, this bookstore, I find things that I love and make sense. And then I overcome them, you see. I read them, I let the words go through, and they're gone. You are in this losing samsara state. Even you now are coming and going. And when you come back, the sense of you or sense of I is still light. It's very light. Yeah, it's like I'm here, but I'm not here. And at this point, that is the point of being here, you see. Okay now. I still feel as if I am here in this classroom. I'm merging with everything. I is merging with everything, but I is sometimes not merging and merging. So I have just stumbled upon this thing, this information from another teacher about being present here and now. I'm not prepared to move anymore. I am space. I can't seem to go anywhere. So I'm going to remain still and be quiet and live in this present moment. Even in my daily life, I'm always going to be in this present moment, you see. This impossible place where we think, you see, but at this time, the whole godly, absolute universe is looking on you. All eyes are on you. And they're going to give you so much space to allow you to be in this present moment. At the front of the class, no, I had so many things to overcome. Overcoming was all I could do, you see. Overcoming past mind, overcoming future mind, overcoming this, overcoming the teacher, overcoming my body, my family, my everything that I was attached to, I had to overcome. But now, I can stay in this present moment. And the experiences of Buddha, Christ, Shiva all say, when you're still and you are present to what is going on, and only in the moment, only in this moment, you're not aware of anything that is going on. Awareness is even still. The universe will allow this to take place for you. The universe is pushing you, applauding you, and keeping you going. You think the universe is disappearing. But the universe, again, is another state of mind, you see. The universe is the same light, the same energy as everything else. A question may come at this point. I am here. I seem to be disappearing. But can I be seen then? If I'm not this body, can I be seen? Is there something beyond that is seeing this take place? Is there something beyond that sees this body and mind and self and everything disappearing? Is there everything here is all that exists? If so, then if I am invisible to this, then I cannot be seen. But even the one who speaks seeing this, am I the seer or am I the seen? Can I be seen? Who is speaking these words? Who is the seer? Am I the seer? Is I the seer? Is beyond the seer? Who is seeing what? Because I actually really am able to see my dissolution, or the dissolution of I. So when I dissolve, who will see it? When I dissolves, who will remain to see it? Am I the seer or the seen? What am I looking like? Who is seeing this? Who is seeing this? Where is this seer? How far is this seer? Where is the seer? Where is the seer and where is it coming and looking from? Who is seeing? Is I seeing? Is something beyond seeing? If I see the beyond, then I must be the seer. Who is the seer? What is seeing? Who is seeing? What is seeing? Why? Where? What? Everything is quiet. You're in this moment. You are analyzing the most stable thing, but the most moving thing. You are moving. You are moving, and you see movement. Who sees movement, and who sees seeing? Who is aware of awareness? Who is the seer? Can the seer be seen? You overcome this quest, and further at the back of class, but not over. Never over. You sit with this at this point. It may take days, months. Sit in silence. Who is I that sees, and who sees the seer of I? Am I the seer, or am I the seen? You watch this one. This master, same different times, different bodies, same. Can the seer be seen, says Mooji. See what happens. Namaste. Om. Welcome back to the classroom of self-discovery, self-inquiry, overcoming every single thing that comes, so that you can move on from this world and be eternally with Christ, Buddha, Shiva, Papaji, and all those who have also overcome the distance between you and the classroom. If you're still a person, then I'm not interested. If you have overcome the idea and the thought are beginning to dissolve as a person, then I is interested. But it's not this body and mind that is speaking. You see? You're not listening to this, thinking that this one is the teacher. I is the teacher. You see? First step, you discover that me, you, and this ego I that says I am a person is a fraud. I am a name is a fraud. You understand this. Now you must follow the true I. You've moved back in the classroom. No more me. No more you, teacher. Whatever the teacher is, I have seen through you. I have seen through this mirror. I don't believe this mirror and the image. The one that is looking is beautiful, and it's not the one that is speaking. As a person, as a body, as a mind. You have overcome the teacher, overcome the names, the identities, and you are dissolving, and slowly you are overcoming the world. But it's not simple, is it? Mind is still here. Mind is still present. You need another teacher. Everything that you look at, you say, I sit, I look, until you dissolve, and the minute the object dissolves, you take a step back. Time is dissolving, mind is dissolving, objects are dissolving, but they still seem to appear every now and then to give you another step back. No path is the same distance. No two paths are the same. Teacher is getting further away. You are moving further within yourself. What to do? Christ then, or whoever is at the back of the class, starts speaking. And through the Bible, trust in me. I just got rid of me. I can't find me again. Who is speaking? Who is trying to pull me to the front and grab onto me? Trust in I. What? Trust in you, yourself. Oh, I know that one. That you is gone. Self. Self. Trust in self. Trust in me again. But you're no longer pointing to your body. Body is dissolving. You're moving within your body to your subtle body. Sometimes in the path there is a sensation of this body dissolving to the state that you simply move out of it for a few moments and back in. You have seen through the whole of this body. When you return to this body, no more recognition that you are this form. The words are now coming from the back of the class, you see. Teacher has moved to the back of the class and is standing behind you now. Teacher has gone from the front, still a mirage of teacher, whatever it is, but moved to the back of the class, behind. Trust in me. Person, teacher, form also disappear. Teacher also self, also same. I feel so in touch with the teacher through me at the back of the class. Who is this new teacher? Teacher at the back of the class is saying, see through I. Look at I. You have to overcome the next me, you and I. Another me, you and I may appear, but this one's softer. You kind of like this one. This one gives you emptiness, space. Overcome that. See? Overcome this and overcome that. I like this world. Teacher is very close. You sit long time maybe in classroom. Long time. Everything that comes in your world of human is simply moving forward, coming, and they're going instantly through this space that you have become as this classroom. You are expanding, and the classroom is so big that everything that comes is very simple to go through. Everything is taking its own action. You are moving backwards with no effort, with no walking, with no body, with no name. The teacher at the back of the class now recognizes you are true to your quest of discovering beyond self. You have become self. You have this opportunity to go beyond self. Teacher is moving forward. Teacher is still and slowly and quiet, and you are still, slowly and quiet, putting all your faith in something merging you with teacher. Slowly, in a very unexpected moment, teacher will move through you and go to front of class. Your eyes are closed, you're still. You love this absolute absolute. Whatever is happening, you accept, you trust, and teacher will take a long time to walk to front of class again to simply keep you focused on what is going to happen. You have seen through mind. Mind is gone. Everything that you have overcome, you are not. Something remains. And teacher says one moment, open eyes. Same teacher has started, but with no form, no body, no mind, simply light, the most enduring, loving, blissful light that completely dissolves you and burns you, and no more. Even self is dissolving. This teacher at the front has no name. All teachers have merged with you. Not with you, you see. All teachers have merged. You become the true teacher. You are always a person teacher. Everything is person teachers, animal teachers, all versions of Christ, Buddha, but all version, completeness of God, Brahman, absolute. Only one teacher. Only one teacher. This teacher that stands at front, that has merged all other teachers, you simply surrender. Over. Namaste. Om. Namaste, welcome. To the light. Welcome to the light. You see, I'm no longer introducing you. Welcome you to the light. I am saying to you, welcome, light. You are the light. Your whole self is light. Eternal light. Now what can overcome light? There's no more you overcoming light. There is only light. So can light overcome itself? See? Only light. No Christ. Christ you are. No Muji. Teacher. Christ you are. No world of teachers. World of teachers you are. All is one. This light is oneness. All is merged and still seem to be speaking from person to person. But what is taking place? Nothing is taking place. Light is loving light. Light is living light. Light is communicating with light about light. Can light go through itself? You see? Can light overcome itself? This is for the really brave. But who is brave, you see? I'm light. I don't know what's going on. I'm part of light. How can I be separate? How can I be brave? Who can see through brave? No thing can see through brave. No thing to do. Nothing to do. All overcome. So what happens? Light simply sits and becomes light. What does light mean? Empty. See? Light comes like anything else in many disguises and forms. Light, sunlight, lamplight, empty light, weightless light. Emptiness slowly reveals itself as this light. Classroom of bright, ephemeral, beautiful, infinite, loving, blissful light. Slowly, light changes as weightless light, emptiness, light. Light itself is changing itself from light to light. Humans are changing themselves from human to human. Worlds are changing themselves from worlds to worlds. Me is changing itself from me to me. Opposites. You see both sides. Both sides are revealed. I is changing itself from I to I. Space is changing itself from space to space. Everything within itself is changing within itself, coming and going as itself. This is the breath of consciousness coming from this God Absolute. We are simply an essence breath of that. Same as Christ. Christ is returning as Christ. Christ is never not Christ. You are never not you, whatever state you're in. Person, self, beyond self, stateless, nothingness, which is the state that is appearing after the light, within the light. At this point, nothing exists as light. A period of being absolute emptiness, even when in pain of a body appearing to come and go, even when driving in car, absolute emptiness. Life is functioning on its own. The car is driving. You are listening to radio. You are whatever. You are more in control of your life than you ever was before, because you, the person, are no longer in control. light of life is in control. Everything you do to the external world is perfect. Everyone sees you as perfect. Absolutely perfect. I want to be with that one. I just want to sit with that one. Whatever this one does is perfect. Gurus start proper. Teachers start coming from this light that you are. You become the teacher one day, the guru the next day, the light the next day, the emptiness the next day, the fullness the next day. But it's dancing, you see. Everything is taking place as this dance of light and life that you are. This emptiness, there's nothing to overcome. Nothing can overcome nothing. Every state of thing that happens has a flavour of whatever is taking place is simply nothing moving within nothing, appearing as something. This is truth. And when this dance fades, at peak times, at points of your day-to-day existence where time has even moved within timelessness and everything is coming and going as non-conformative with the old ego mind, because the ego mind is now gone. It will resurface. There's no worries. And you know everything. You know everything. That whatever you thought you knew before with this intelligent mind is absolute nonsense. So you know that knowing is nonsense. There's nothing to know. You see, get to know nothing. There's nothing to know. You need to know nothing, experience nothing. I know nothing. This state and is another state. All of these experiences from this whole classroom is experiences of you experiencing different states of mind, different states of bodies, different states of world, different states of experiences and actions, different states of senses, different states of emotions. Through all of this, even this emptiness, this nothingness, there is still something that witnesses it. There is still something that witnesses all this in its even most religious, spiritual, pure, conscious, loving form or formlessness. Something still witnesses it. And then it comes. I am the witness that something witnesses it. I am that. Then you have to see whoever the witness is overcome the witness. Who is witnessing the witness? I've overcome the witness by replacing it with the witness that witnesses it. And a new witness appears, still coming through you, still relevant to you. So the next question comes, who is witnessing the witness, the second witness? That one goes. Witness remains. Who is witnessing the witness? It goes on and on and on. Inquiry, self-discovery has gone, come and gone. You've met self-discovery. You've met self. You've met something that seems to be an essence of Christ, Buddha, whoever is watching over you, at the moment that you discover yourself, will come and forgive you and welcome you to the true godly state. This is what you're experiencing. Don't pick a saint or a guru. They will be at the back of the class right at the moment that you completely vanish as a person and evolve as self. The inquiry is no longer with a teacher. The inquiry is no longer with the world. The inquiry is no longer with the body. The inquiry is no longer with Christ or religion or spirituality or science or anything. The inquiry is no longer with mind. The inquiry is simply going on and on, removing each witness that comes until this body goes, observing the witness, and then only one witness remains. Who's that? Can this one be discovered? Are you going to be there to discover it? Is the discoverer again you? Is it another version of you? Every time you find something and overcome it, you remain. Something remains. This life existence that lives within you is always present, always there to be part of the witnessing. So are you a witness? Are you the ultimate witness? Are you God? Are you absolute? Are you Brahman? Are you part of the witness? Are you simply the breath of the witness? But who will witness it, you see? If you are there to witness this ultimate witness, you must be beyond that ultimate witness. Who the hell are you? Discover all this body and mind that sits here now and says, through this absolute love. What a journey of discovery. The meeting and merging of Christ is simply another experience of discovery. We are discoverers discovering our own personal being, existing, stateless, beyond, nothing, something, world. Why are we here? Who is here? Who is witnessing being here and why? It goes on and on and on. No end. Infinite discovery of yourself. The most enjoyable lesson, the most enjoyable subject is the subject. Not the object, but the subject. We leave you with that. Thank you for following this path and this journey. If it's been of any use, I am humbled and honored to be part of it. Part of it. Is that a clue? I will go and inquire. I will continue to inquire about I and beyond I and beyond I and beyond and beyond and beyond and beyond and beyond. Christ says, come with open arms. And I will show you the way. I will show you the way through me. Namaste. Om. So, no outcome. No outcome. Witness reveals through searching for the witness, searching for the witness. Who is witnessing the witness? This witness that is searching? Is that the witness? Every time witness is seen, the witnesser becomes new witness. Every time a new witness appears, new truth. New truth. That is how magnificent this whole majestic existence, consciousness, I, Brahman, Absolute, and many you appearing as true you, you see, many you appearing true you. Words have been so misunderstood. And if you don't get anything from this, if you got nothing from that whole experience of journeying, even if you don't even pursue any kind of truth, think about words. Think about the word. Think about how you speak, how you phrase the words as a sentence, as a quote, as a paragraph, a statement. Think about words. If you don't take anything from this, go into your whole person state and actually analyze words. U.G. Krishnamurti says the conspiracy is that society uses words to benefit society. The rich uses words to benefit the rich, and the poor uses words to simply remain poor. Through me, I will come. Christ says, through me, I will show you the way. Through me, I will reveal the way. For one moment, remove the speaker. Remove the speaker. Christ, gone. Mooji, gone. Popsy, gone. No one speaking the words. The words remain. They're still here. Now, try and think about no one speaking. All of a sudden, in front of you, these words appear from nowhere. These words appear within your core, in your head, wherever these words appear from. No one spoke them. They were simply plucked out of the universe. Through me, I am is the way. Through me, I is the way. Through me, I will show you the way. Through me, you are I. Through this me, through the word me, whoever me is, who is me? Me. Who is me? Me. Go through me. Who sees me? Who sees this word? Forget about the speaker. Christ, Muji, Popsy, everyone is conveying these words. No speaker. These words have passed through every individual, every saint, even passed through the God. Forget about who speaks. Forget about witness. Look at the words. The words are the clue. Misinterpreted. We, for years and centuries, have been thinking these words are appropriate to Christ. Christ says, through me, I will show you the way. The words were handed down from God or from whoever to Christ. Christ was projecting the words, not about Christ, never about Christ. Through me, once you dispose of me, once you scrutinize, analyze what me means. Me means your whole story, your whole identity. Go through me, remove me, get it out of the way. Me, thank you me. You've been a very great service and you're now gone. Through me, now you're through me. I, this I that you use. You now use I, you see. I will show you the way. It's all about you. Speak these words. Be the speaker of these words that have never been spoken before. No one spoke them before. Forget about any seeking from an individual teacher. Until the teacher decides to confront you. Who is confronting you now? What is confronting you now? Who are you that is confronted? Are you me? If you're me, remove me. Once you remove me, this I will show you the way. Everything is done within. Me is within, I is within. You speak these words. We all speak these words. The clue are from the words that we speak from our own self. These words have been handed down through centuries. Moses, saints, I am, says Moses. I am that. I am. I is that. I is. See? I is the speaker of truth. I is not the truth. I is the door before truth. Remove I. Once I has shown something the way, you, whoever you are, me. Remove me and I will show me the way. See? Take everything that comes within you. Take everything that comes within you. You take pain willingly. You take suffering willingly. You take everything within you. You take mind within you. Move mind down here. Then I, through me, once I remove this identity, me, I dispose of this fake thing that is in the mirror, this me, hello me, I'm looking in the mirror at me, always me, I'm always about me, everything is about me. Me wants this, me wants that, me wants this. Everything is revolving around me. Now you take everything that revolves around me and put it through me, through me. I will show me the way. 2, forget the person. Me, the world's me. Go through me. Yeah? Go through me, and I will then show me the way. You get that? Me, I. Go through me. Remove me. Big space in me. Yeah? Once you go through me, once I goes through me, I is at the other side. I goes through me. I is on the other side. I will show me the way. Your mind is saying right now, how foolish. I am teaching you. I is teaching you the most beneficial teaching you will ever see, ever experience, and ever receive. Forget Christ, forget Muji, forget Shiva, forget Buddha, forget everything revolves around you. Take everything within me. Everything revolves around me. I take everything within me. Yeah? Me reveals I. I shows me the way. Everything revolves around me. Whole world revolves around me. Outside of me. External to me. There's only me and the whole world. Everything revolves around me. Without me, none of this could be here. If you want to see truth, stop suffering, go through me. I goes through me. I goes through me, and I shows me the way. And then I goes, me goes, Christ goes, Muji goes, world goes, no I, no me. Namaste. What remains? I hope you have benefited, if only about words. There seems to be a passion from this one. I don't know who's speaking. If it's Christ, then I have suffered. My whole body in this body, the whole body in this body has suffered on behalf of Christ. This whole body within this body has suffered on behalf of Muji. This whole body in this body has suffered on behalf of my world. And every single human being that has came into this world that I have witnessed, I have suffered for. When do you know you've truly experienced Christ? When do you know you've fully experienced Christ? Is it the sensation when He comes and merges through this body and leaves this essence, this scent of absolute love? No. When this absolute love turns into absolute tears, and you cannot stop crying. The tears are coming like a waterfall from your eyes, both eyes from tears. That's when you really know Christ. You you are crying willingly, joyfully. There's no one controlling these tears. These tears are coming as they come. Constant crying. Maybe days. That's when you know the true Christ. You're crying tears for the crucifix. No one really cries tears for the horrendous suffering that forget Christ. Any human being, any person, any me, any you, any I can be put so despicably nailed to this cross and left to simply suffer for days and days. Your tears are the tears of Christ, because this one felt no pain. This one suffered on your behalf. Enlightenment, awakening, and all this worldly existence in this bodies is suffering on Christ's behalf. And when the tears stop, absolute devotion and love, not just to Christ, but to this whole human race. I cannot see a bad person, let alone a bad self. That is the result if you follow this path. You don't become Christ. Christ becomes you, and you become love. Namaste. Maybe next video, not so passionate. Maybe not. I don't know. I never knows. I never comes. I never goes. I never knows.